Hey YouTube, this is Raptor here, and I'm going to do a deck profile on my Elemental Hero deck, so hope you enjoy. First off, we have two Elemental Hero Tricks, two Sparkmen, two Avions, and two Claymen. I got two Claymen can come in handy because of its defense of 2000, so if you want to defend, they're the cards. Next I have an Elemental Hero Wildheart. This card's extremely useful in the Elemental deck because it's unaffected by trap cards. Then I have Elemental Hero Necro Shade, which is another useful card for the Elemental Heroes, as when it's in the graveyard, with its effect you can normal summon a higher level monster. Then I have Bubbleman. Bubbleman is another good Elemental Hero, as if you have no cards in your hand you can special summon it, and if it's on its own you can draw two cards, so it's a quick way of getting cards. Then I have one of the key cards, Elemental Hero Woodman, which when it's face up on the field, every standby phrase you can add a poly from your deck or your hand. Another key card, Elemental Hero Ocean. When his effect is when he's on the field, every standby phrase you can either send an Elemental Hero from your deck, graveyard, or your field back to your hand. Then we have a Neos, a Blade Edge, which is a useful Elemental Hero, as when it attacks a defense position monster, it can still deal piercing damage. Another key card, Elemental Hero Stratos, where when it's summoned you can add any Elemental Hero from your deck to your hand, or you can destroy a spell trap card depending on how many Elemental Heroes you have on your field, apart from itself. Then we've got fusion material cards. We have Fersaka the Destroyer, Goddess the Third Eye, and Beast King of the Swamp. All three really good cards, which they can be used for any fusion material. Then we have another fusion material monster card, Beast King, which is King of the Swamp. But this one's slightly different, as you can discard it from your hand to add a poly from your deck to your hand. Then we have a Rottweiler, which is very useful in any deck, because when it gets destroyed by battle, you can add one Elemental Hero monster and poly from your graveyard back to your hand. And then we have Ground Mole, which is a useful card as it can bounce any monster back to your opponent's hand, including itself. Alright, next for the spells we have Dark Hole. This is in here morely as a last resort, just in case you have no monsters and your opponent has loads, so that's kind of useful. Oversoul, add a normal elemental back from your deck, special summon an Elemental Hero from your graveyard. LV, good way to destroy your opponent's monsters quicker. Discard a card and destroy the face once. Monster Reborn. Righteous Justice. For each Elemental Hero face up on your side of the field, you can destroy that many spell and traps. Parallel Fusion, which you can use to fuse Elemental Heroes that are removed from play by sending them back into your deck and then bring out a fusion material monster. Very handy. Hero's Wand. When you have any Elemental Hero monster on your field, you can special summon two from your hand. Fusion Gate, by removing the selected fusion materials you want from either from the field or your hand, remove them from play, special summon them, simple, good way. Warrior Reinforcements of the Army, add that level 4 elemental hero from your deck to your hand. 2 polys. Obviously, if you use 2 materials together, make a new one. Miracle Fusion. To fuse monsters in the graveyard. Very handy by removing from play. E, for immensely cool. Add 1 elemental hero monster from the deck to your hand. And then we've got Dark Factory of Mass Production, just because you can add 2 normal type monsters from the graveyard back to your hand. Traps. Friend Law. End your opponent's battle phase. Your opponent can't enter battle phase whatsoever. Elemental Burst. Tribute 1 of each wind, fire, water, and earth monster. Destroy all guys your opponent controls. Hero counter attack. Only activate when an elemental hero monster you control is destroyed by battle. Your opponent selects 1 random card. If it's a monster, their monster gets destroyed and you can special summon it. Compulse. A card to like pretty much send your opponent's monsters back, so that can be handy. I have a Mirror Force, but you can run 2 Mirror Forces if you want to line defense. Destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. Dark Bribe. Negating activation spell or trap by putting into your opponent destroy a card. Hero Signal. When you want an elemental hero gets destroyed, special summon 1. And Drain and Shield. Just 1, negate the attack, and 2, gain life points. So that's kind of come in handy. So, extra deck. I'm running 2 Rainbow Neasis, because that is probably the strongest elemental you can have, and it can be a good card to use. Plasma Face, discard a card. Discard a card and destroy a monster. Great Tornado. Half the attack of all your opponent's monsters. Escalade. Gains 100 extra attack for each elemental in the graveyard. Absolute Zero. When it leaves the field, it destroys all cards your opponent controls. Elemental Hero Gaia. Half the attack of an opponent's monster and add it to your Gaia. Elemental Hero Shining. Gains 300 attack for each. Gains 300 extra attack for each elemental hero removed from play, so that's a good card to use with Fusion Gate. Plus, when it leaves the field, you can add 2 elemental heroes back to targets back to your hand that you used with it. Then we have number 16, Shotmaster, where when you remove material, declare a type, monster, spell, trap. Whatever type you choose, your opponent can't activate. Very useful card, especially to get past traps. Well, that's it for my elemental deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully it helps anyone who has any other ideas. Wants to create an elemental deck or any ideas? Go ahead. Feel free to comment.